Hi, everybody. Welcome to Napa STEM Academy's first science lesson, Water Symphony. Today, we're going to be learning about how sound waves change pitch depending on the amount of water in a glass, learning about how different materials produce different sounds, and then at the end, we're going to create an instrument using water to play a song. Before we get to all that instrument building, we got to start from scratch, so here's some vocabulary. First, vibration. Have you ever hummed to a song before? Like, yeah, that's a vibration. That's actually your vocal cords vibrating. Vibration is a quick moving back and forth or up or down, and it basically can create a sound or a movement. Pitch is the pitch of a note that can be measured in a unit called hertz. A note that is vibrating at 256 hertz will be caused by sound waves that vibrate at 256 times a second. This will be middle C on the piano. Then we have timbre, which is the quality of a sound. It's what makes two different musical instruments sound completely different from each other, even when each instrument plays the same musical note. Hearing, one of our five senses. The ears are used for detecting vibrations in the air known as sounds. And of course, we couldn't have sounds without sound waves. Sound waves are when any object vibrates and it causes movement in the air particles. These particles bump into particles close to them, which makes them vibrate too, causing them to bump into more air particles. An octave is the distance between two musical notes that have the same letter name. Resonance is the tendency of a system to vibrate with increasing amplitudes at some frequencies. An example of useful effect of resonant frequency is a guitar string, which makes a characteristic noise when it's touched. The sound depends on how thick or slack the string is. Note. In music, a note is a small bit of sound, similar to syllables, like when you count syllables in class. One note per syllable. If you play a musical instrument, or if you've taken a music class before, some of these words might be super familiar to you. That's your left brain and your right brain working together. Awesome! Now that we've learned a little bit more about the vocabulary, let's talk about the science behind what we're going to do today. Things around us all have a natural sound frequency that causes it to vibrate, which is called resonant frequency. When you force energy onto a material, you will cause it to vibrate. Those vibrations will travel through the material and into air molecules. As it travels through the air molecules, sound waves are produced. Those are the sounds that we hear with our ears, and the sound waves are sent to our brains. Now that we've learned more about sound and sound waves, let's put our knowledge into practice. Let's get started. You'll need the following materials for this little project. You'll need one glass from your kitchen with parent supervision and permission, a wooden spoon or a small wooden utensil, water, and a pen and something to write on so you can take good notes and use that scientific method. Step 1. Don't fill this glass with any water. Hold the glass in place with one hand at the base and simply wet your finger and lightly rub against the rim of the glass. What do you hear? Here's a hint. Sometimes you'll hear the most from the glass when it has a very thin rim. Step 2. Next, try taking your wooden spoon and tapping very lightly on the side of the glass. What do you hear now? Step 3. Fill the glass about 1/4 full with water, like this. Then tap gently on the side of the glass. What's happened to the sound? Step 4. Now fill the glass about half full with water. Repeat your sound test with the wooden spoon. Don't forget to take notes. Step 5. If you have a larger or small glass, try to see what happens to the pitches in these glasses. Are they the same as the first glass? Step 6. Record any of your findings in your notebook or on that piece of paper you got. One of the coolest things about science experiments and projects is how it can help us relate to the real world. So ask yourself the following questions. You might want to talk about it with a parent, or sibling, or friend, or just write it down in your notes. How do our ears help us hear? Does the size of an object matter in terms of vibration and pitch? Will a taller glass produce a different sound, even if it's the same shape and the base is the same size? I think you guys are ready for a challenge. Step 1. You're going to need at least 4 glasses. Try to use glasses that are all exactly the same. Step 2. Use this website to tune your glasses by filling them with different levels of water to reach 4 specific notes using the online piano, C, D, E, and F, and line them up in order of the keyboard. Here's some hints to make it easier to remember which note is which. You might want to use a sticky note or a small piece of paper to remember which glass is tuned to which note, or if you want to add more fun to your water symphony, ask a parent's permission to add food coloring into each glass, and voila, you've turned your instrument into an art piece. Step 3. Now that your water instrument is tuned, use it to play these notes in order and see if you can guess what song you're playing. Think you heard it? What song do you think you were playing? If you said Shaving a Haircut, you were right. I hope you enjoyed our water symphony. Have your parents take a video of you playing the song and share it with us on social media so we can sing along. And for an extra challenge, you can use your water symphony to play your favorite song right now.